Hello, Auntie Dilly with a dot. Hope you staying cool. Make sure you drink lots of water when you get out the gym. Send me a request, Curtis, so I could accept it.
Connect.
Hey,
I was
hi.
trying to
How are
connect.
you? How are you?
We doing
Happy
good.
Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. How's everybody?
Everybody is good. Everybody's good. How's everybody on your end?
Oh, beautiful. Kids are beautiful. Everybody chilling.
How are the kids? I know
Eh,
they're growing.
yeah, they growing. They getting big. You know, I'm
Uh-huh.
sit- I'm sitting there. I gotta go to this little meeting, but I want to definitely chime in and be a man of my word. You feel me?
Okay, okay, okay.
How y'all doing out there on the East Coast?
That, good, good, good. It's hot. It is blazing hot out here. hmm Yes.
It feels good out here too. We got the breeze, but it's a little warm.
hmm That
Mm.
the people that are coming in, they're referring to you as Calvin on Curtis.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what they know me from.
227.
Exactly. And now it's on Hulu too. And it's
Yeah.
TV. Did you check out
And
my
I see that is yeah on Tubu TV.
yeah on Tubi, yeah?
hmm
How y'all doing out there? Happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Thank you for those who are coming in.
You know.
Are you moving around a lot, Curtis? So I just want you to settle and
Oh
just
yeah,
let me
I
know
will.
when. Uh-huh. Okay. You just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm just moving to my spot, my part of the house, the garage.
hmm
My little piece.
hmm
Okay,
That
now,
that looks very comfortable.
hey, I mean, it's cool. I mean,
hmm
it's cool. Keep me straight.
hmm
You know what I mean?
hmm
Put it up here. That's, I'm trying to. You see my old junker? I like old
Oh
cars.
wow. Uh-huh.
That's that's like
It looks nice though. It looks nice.
that's one of my old cars. I love old cars. I love fixing them up.
hmm
Hmm. Did you check out the show?
Oh yeah. Shoot the pitch, roll the clip, right?
Yeah, shoot the pitch, roll the clip. Thank you.
We gonna talk about that. All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are coming in, please welcome singer, songwriter, actor, comedian, and the dude that played Calvin Dobbs in the 1980s sitcom 227, Curtis Baldwin. Thank you, Curtis, for
Thank you
joining my
guys for
podcast.
having me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the love all these years of support. 4227 and just man, it's just been an amazing journey, you know.
hmm hmm And we're gonna talk about 227. How did you get the role Calvin Dobbs?
Wow. You know, I lived across the street from Marla's grandson and daughter. So I used to
hmm
babysit the grandson, and they had an arts academy on
hmm
83rd and Vermont,
hmm
like in South Central, called Crossroads Arts Academy. And they had to play there. The 227 was originally a stage play. So people would come and live, it was a live play. So I was getting in a lot of trouble, and my mother was like, "Man, you need to go down there and just start doing something more positive with your life." And I did. I started going down there, and I started working on the stage play as the stage manager. I wasn't even acting then. So I did a really good job at a young age being a good stage manager, and also too, Marla had a club called the Marla's Memory Lane, and we used to break dance. We
Mm-hmm.
had a break dancing group, and we would break dance for
Mm-hmm.
like Red Fox, open up for Red
You're breaking
Fox.
out. It's closing out there on your end, Curtis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but long story short, Marla, she saw something in me I didn't see in myself, and was like, yo, you an actor. Come up there and audition. And she actually took me and taught me how to act. You know what I mean? And I went in there and
Yeah.
won the part, won them over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm forever in her debt.
Marla Gibbs is like very iconic. She's been in several like a TV pilots, and she's somebody that would advise like any actor. It's like
Absolutely.
what to do, what to not do, and to like play a successful role in the character that you're playing. And
Right.
mention it, you do look like the guy that got into a lot of trouble when you were younger. Let me tell you something. I watched a few episodes on 227. I was like, oh my gosh, Calvin, Calvin, Calvin. He is like the type that will like get somebody in trouble, and he is a troublemaker.
It made the character interesting, though. He was a little goofy, lightheaded. He just
Uh-huh.
get himself into trouble by not even knowing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't think he was completely conscious about certain things.
Mm-hmm. And as the days goes by, it's like what do you think about the role on Calvin Dobbs?
Oh man, for many years when in the
What
show
would
first,
Curtis Baldwin say to Calvin Dobbs?
man, I would say, man, thank you. I would say thank you to him. That's what I would say.
Hmm.
I would say thank you, Calvin, because I was able to share a side of the world, a side of me to the world that people like. It's interesting that people come up with Calvin, all these years later. You know what I mean? It ain't like I've done another role where my name was different. You know what I mean? But that
Hmm.
character stuck in the minds and hearts of people. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Uh-huh. And are they planning to do like a remake of 227 or 227 reunion?
I don't know about a reunion, but I've been, because I'm into content building now. So I develop TV shows, and I've been thinking about doing one where it was called 227 West 227th Street, right? So it'd be one that was like kind of like on the West Coast where I live, because 227 was based out of DC. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it was. I've been experimenting with that. It's called like another 227.
Okay, okay. And speaking of the TV shows that you say you direct, let's talk about the new TV show, Shoot the Pitch, Roll the Clip. What's
Yeah.
the purpose of that TV show?
Well, it's a mixture between The Office and the Dave Chappelle show, because it's a sketch comedy show. So I kind of let the audience in on the behind the scenes of what goes on, and writing sessions, pitch table, meetings, and all of that stuff. And it's funny. I got a great cast. I mean, I advise everybody go take a look at it. I'm about to complete the season, so I'm about to do the rest of the episodes and complete the whole
Hmm.
season and stuff, so people can enjoy it. And I'm gonna work on getting it on Hulu too.
Hmm. Hmm. And you do because when I was watching the show, I was like, oh my gosh, they had to like do each scene over again. They have to know what they're saying and know what they're doing. And I see that Paul Mooney, God rest his soul, you worked with him. Tell us about the best moments working with Paul Mooney.
You know what? That's actually a typo. That's something that they did up at because I was mind you, Paul Mooney is one of my favorite stand-up comedians of all time. Like, he ranks way high up there with me, and I'm very hard on comedians because they were hard on me. But I loved him. He was amazing. God rest his soul, as you say. But that's just more or less a typo. You know, I wish I could have got the opportunity to, had that honor of bringing him in and doing something with him because he's so iconic and just such a major, major, major player in the comedy game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But yeah, a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff is improv too. I wrote it, and a lot of it's improvisation. Like, I give them a chance to rehearse it right there, and then we improv a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. I kept it light. The set is, it's a lot of love. It's a lot of respect, and we get it. We get the work done.
Okay. And speaking of you saying that you hard on comedians because they hard on you, yeah. When you do stand up comedy,
Yeah,
it's not easy. You think that you're gonna tell a joke. You have to know what you're talking about when you tell a
absolutely,
joke because you would think people are laughing with you when they're actually laughing at you.
absolutely,
Comedians like Paul Mooney, Bernie Mac, God rest his soul. Um,
absolutely.
Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Samore,
Yeah,
Monique, and so
absolutely,
on. It took them like they had to work really hard, like in becoming like the top comedians in the entertainment business. You have to know how to tell a joke when you're standing when you're in front of a live audience because you
absolutely.
don't want them to like laugh at you. You want them to laugh with you.
Absolutely. A lot of times some people are naturally funny. I call them living room comedians. If you could take that and take all being funny around your coworkers and being funny around your friends and organize that chaos and write the right,
Hmm.
some people are living off 15 minutes of comedy. They
Hmm.
got 15 minutes of jokes. You know what I mean? So I had to learn how to write. And once I learned how to write, now I have so much material that it's just, what am I going to talk about? You know what I mean? What am I going to, you know what I mean? So it was those years back in the day when I would just go up on stage and just freestyle. You know what I mean? And I didn't really know how to be a comedian. And then I ran into this one really good comedian named Reggie Curl from Baltimore, and he taught me how to be a comedian. You know what I mean? And once I learned, I didn't
Is he
bomb.
well known? Is he
He's
well
pretty
known?
much known. I mean, you dig in and Google him or look him up. Comedian Reggie Curl. He's funny though. He's
Her
funny.
name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I know
he's
him
from
because
Baltimore.
if
He
I
he
look
did
him up,
he
I'll
did the
know who he is
Apollo.
right
He done a
away.
lot of stuff. He used to write for Cat Williams, and like a lot of comedians have a lot of respect for him. And he was like, that's my partner, so we used to hang out a lot. And
Hmm.
when I got back into comedy, we were really close, and he taught me a lot of stuff, though. Yes.
Hmm. And let's talk about you, Curtis. Tell us your life as a stand-up comedian. When did you first started doing stand-up comedy?
Wow, that was back in the '80s at this club we used to have. Well, we still have it, but it's not called. There was a comedian named Robin Harris, and Robin Harris,
Oh, yeah, yeah. He passed away many years
yeah,
ago,
many
and
years ago in the
yes.
'80s, like the early
Uh-huh.
'90s. But in the '80s, I mean, he and I were good friends. Him, Ronaldo Ray, and he at this club called the Comedy Act Theater in Leimert Park, and he was such a sensational talent. Like, people would literally drive past Hollywood into the hood just to come see this guy. And I would go up there and warm the crowd up, and then bring him up on stage. And that was like my first experience doing comedy. And I was like in the
Mhm.
80s. So I dibbled and dabbled over the years doing music and doing comedy and
Mhm.
writing and all of that stuff. And, being on the entrepreneurial side and just developing record labels. So now I do consulting. I do a lot of
Mhm.
consulting, and I'm doing this podcast called Surviving Hollyweird. And I'm about
Surviving Hollywood.
surviving Black Hollyweird.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a podcast. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna
Mhm.
be informative. It's gonna break down a lot of myths that people have about the business. And, you know, here
Mhm.
is a Black Hollywood, you know, and I hate to put it like that,
Mhm.
but it's true, you know what I mean? And we're going to, it's going, I'm asking a lot of different guests on there that are in the same position as me, that been in the business, survived the business, and just going to tell their story, you know? It's going to be fly.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's going to be
And
fly.
speaking of singing, you stopped on doing you was on and off throughout the years when you did stand up comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted to focus more on singing and songwriting. Tell us about the songs that you write, the record labels that you were in, and the songs that you sang.
Yeah, well, you know, uh, once you know who I used to hang out with, and I still hang out with to this day, Christopher Williams. And Chris was the one who put me in this group with Kayama Griffin and Ike, and we were called 123, and we got signed to EMI. And I had a publishing deal with EMI for a lot of years too. So this is, you know, back then I wasn't as great as a songwriter as I am now. Like I could really play and write really real well now. Back then I was just developing. And I'm still developing, but I've developed into something now over the years. You get it? But you know, that was my first experience having a real record deal, and you know what I mean, with EMI. EMI back then was really big.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, oh wow.
So a lot of years after that, I started hanging out. Well, you know, I had a really great relationship with the late great Dick Griffey, and Dick Griffey was the person who started Solar Records, who had the Shalimar, Whispers, the Deal,
Mhm.
started Babyface in L.A. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Started Death Row Records, all of that, and he was like a pops to me. You know what I mean? Because I had
Mhm.
married his stepdaughter. So he was like, you know, and that's when I started learning about ownership and started learning about being an entrepreneur and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's kind of like all those relationships and having a relationship with Marla Gibbs and all these other powerful people kind of molded me to who I am today.
Okay. Which which artists did you write songs for?
I've done beats for like, um, oh God, what's his name? Roscoe Dash. What's my other guy name? I did a beat. I just did the beat for him. Oh wow! Because I write with this great writer out here named Notch. He's on the West Coast. His name is Notch. He's amazing. Like he's one of the greatest songwriters I've ever had the pleasure of being around. Like he works so fast. Like I could do the beat and he'll go right in there and just write something amazing. And we built a catalog together that's just incredible. But what's that? Eric Bellinger. We did. We worked on Eric Bellinger, and we worked on. I worked with Faye before, Faith Evans. You know, Faith Evans is a good friend of ours for a lot of years.
Tell us about your relationship with Faith Evans.
That's my sister. That's my sister. That's my sister. Love her to death. I've always been supportive. We've always loved and supported each other throughout the years, and it ain't changed. Kids love each other, and you know what I mean. It's family, so it's always gonna be there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's just a blessing. It's like, if you have a relationship with somebody like Faith Evans,
Yeah. Oh, I
that's
do.
good.
I call her all it. You know, we talk. We don't see each other as much, but we still communicate through text or through, you know, just conversation, birthdays and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because you know she busy and I'm busy, but we still wish the best for each other, still love each other, still support each other. You know what I mean? It's like I know if I was hungry and I was like, I need something to eat, she gonna feed me. You know what I'm saying? If she hungry, I'm gonna feed
Mhm.
her. That's how it is. You know what I mean?
She loves her people.
Oh no, she good people, man. She good people. Solid, solid as a rock, man. For
Mhm.
real. I hate to say this, but I gotta go. I gotta go to this meeting. I gotta
Oh,
drive
okay.
there, but I
Oh,
just
okay. Just one more question. Are you still going to have more episodes coming up in the new series Shoot the Pitch, Roll the Clip?
absolutely. I'm actually that's what I'm going to meet right now with my lawyer to go sit down and
Oh,
talk with
okay.
him, and then later on I'm talking with my investor. Her name is Precious. She's very sweet, very powerful lady, and she's been investing in my concepts. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just very fortunate to have her in my corner and have the support teams that I have, and the family that I have, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here, y'all. I'm gonna entertain y'all till the day I'm in the casket. You feel me?
Amen. Is there anything you want to say to the people on here?
I just want to say a tremendous thank you to all you guys for all your support and love throughout the year. I'm gonna keep making TV shows and keep doing comedy and keep playing music. You know what I mean? Until we discover each other again. You know what I
Amen. Amen. Make them a million TV shows, write their
mean?
million songs, sing their million songs, do their million stand-up comedy shows.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad I took the time to do this today. Usually I'll be a knucklehead and I forgot. Oh, I went to sleep. The kids.
Hmm.
But I didn't
Hmm.
want to make no excuse. We're on a whole new road of positive energy, and we're gonna be a man of our word, and we're gonna dedicate our lives to servicing others, and make sure people know that that's really what it's about. It's the law of one. We all really connected and don't realize it. You know what I mean? I love y'all. I thank
Yes.
y'all so much for this time that you're sharing with
All
me
right.
today.
Thank you so much, Curtis, for
No
joining my
problem.
podcast.
No
We're
problem.
going to talk later on this week.
Absolutely. I thank you for having me. Okay.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Behave
Yeah.
yourself. Don't
Happy
drink too
Memorial Day
much.
to everybody. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, loved one. Yes.